We know that there are 10 divine attributes. They're called spheros. What are those 10 attributes? 3 intellectual and 7 emotional. The 3 intellectual are Chachma, Bina, Das, and the 7 emotional are Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, so on. Love, kindness, judgment, compassion. But what exactly does sphera mean? We translate it as attribute. What is an attribute? So when I ask people, their answer usually is, the 10 attributes. So there are 10. What's an attribute? Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes. I know their names. What's an attribute? What is a sphera? There are 10 of them, and they each have a name. What is them? What is a sphera? The word sphera actually means shine, a brightness, a revelation. There are 10 ways in which God shines forth, reveals himself. So in creation, there are 10 utterances. God created the world with 10 utterances. So when it comes to creating, there are words that bring the world into existence. Let there be light. Let the earth give forth vegetation, and so on. Even let us make man. So there are words, and those words create. But the creation that those words produce don't reveal God, they conceal God. The world covers the presence of God, and it appears to exist without him. So these are not called spheros, these are called mamoros, utterances. The 10 spheros, they are 10 ways in which God makes himself known. They are not creations. Aside from the fact that they're not physical, there are metaphysical things that are created. Angels were created on the Monday of creation and on the Thursday of creation. So angels are not physical, they're not corporeal, but they are created. They're manufactured. Spheros are not creations. In the proper technical translation, they are emanations. The sun does not create light. It gives off light, which means light emanates from the sun. So these 10 attributes are emanations, not creations. God chose these 10 forms of expression, and they reveal him. They allow us to get a glimpse of him rather than conceal him. Of course, the glimpse we get is finite, because kindness is only kindness. It's not judgment. And judgment is only judgment. It's not compassion. And compassion is not kindness, and it's not judgment. It's only compassion. But these are things that don't conceal God. They reveal God, but they are a limited revelation. So when we see God's kindness, we get to know something about him. About him. When we see God's compassion, we see something about him. When we see his judgment. Right? So they all let us know something about God. They let God shine through. They're not creations. Creations block the Creator. Well, unless we intervene and do something to reveal the Creator in his creation. So what does the word sphera mean? Emanation, a shining. Obviously, God is none of those 10 things. He is not kindness. He is not judgment. He is not compassion. He has kindness, he has judgment, and he has compassion. So he contains all of them, but they are not him. Not even the sum of all the parts is still not him. He chose to reveal himself in these 10 ways. Had he chosen some other way, that would have worked too. Certainly when it comes to creation, we say the laws of nature. There are no laws of nature. There is the obedience of nature to a law. Nature doesn't make laws. The Creator instructs nature, and nature obeys its Creator. Now, when God tells nature how to behave, when God gives nature a path along which it should flow, it's a choice that God made that he could always change and replace with something else. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Water flows down. Tomorrow, God can decide water should flow up. Hot air rises. Tomorrow, God can decide doesn't have to rise, it should go down. Even we know that 2 and 2 is 4. Why is 2 and 2 4? What does it mean that 2 and 2 is 4? There's no reason. In this world, as God set it up, he made it so that 2 plus 2 becomes 4. If he had made it that 2 plus 2 is 6, we would have gotten used to that. So all the things that we call laws of nature are, in a sense, arbitrary choices on God's part. And that's why there are miracles. Miracles means the order in which God arranged the universe is only arbitrary. It can always change. And on occasion it will change. And we will call that a miracle. So now we have a definition for another word. Miracle. What's a miracle? The doctor, God forbid, says there's no hope. The patient survives and lives 20 years. It's a miracle. But what exactly do we mean by that? The word miracle in Hebrew is nes, or nes, which also means a banner, a flag. What is the purpose of a banner? You raise up a flag or a banner on a tall pole so that it can be seen from a distance. And that marks the spot so that people can find